So, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is paying a visit to Germany on Friday. But it's not exactly a grand affair. There won't be any speeches in front of cheering crowds or joint public appearances between leaders. In fact, the visit is so low-key that there were even rumors of a joint visit to a Germany-Turkey football match in Berlin. But that's not happening after all. The agenda for the visit is quite modest. President Erdogan will meet with German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier and then have dinner with Chancellor Olaf Scholz. It's just 2 meetings behind closed doors and a private dinner, hardly something to make a big fuss about. The German government is actually hoping that this visit will go by unnoticed. You see, relations between President Erdogan and successive German governments have been difficult for years. There have been numerous spats between Berlin and Ankara, and when German government officials refer to President Erdogan as a difficult partner, you know they mean business. But this visit couldn't have come at a worse time for Germany. The recent Hamas atrocities in Israel and Israel's subsequent retaliation in Gaza have put Germany and Turkey on opposite sides of the conflict. President Erdogan has been increasingly critical of Israel, refusing to condemn the killings and hostage-taking by Hamas and even referring to the group as liberators. This has caused outrage among Jewish leaders in Germany, who accuse him of fueling anti-Semitism. For Germany, support for the State of Israel is non-negotiable due to historical Nazi guilt for the Holocaust. It's a key cornerstone of Berlin's foreign policy, and both Chancellor Scholz and former Chancellor Angela Merkel have repeatedly emphasized Germany's unwavering support for Israel. However, as the Israeli attacks on Gaza intensify and the death toll rises, there is growing unease in Germany about Israel's actions. Pro-Palestinian demonstrations have been held in Germany since the Hamas attacks, and there is a growing sense of outrage on the streets. This is a particularly sensitive issue for Germany, as it has a large Arab diaspora community with links to, or sympathy for, people in Gaza. Support for Palestinians is also a significant issue for some German left-wing groups. There are concerns that any comments President Erdogan makes about the conflict during his visit could further inflame tensions. However, despite the strained relationship, Germany and Turkey still need each other. Germany is an important trade partner for Turkey, and it is home to the world's largest Turkish diaspora community. Additionally, Germany relies on Turkish help to control migration from the Middle East and is seeking Turkish support in Russia's war in Ukraine. So, behind closed doors, these issues will be discussed during President Erdogan's visit. However, the German government is undoubtedly nervous about what he might say in public. Chancellor Scholz issued the invitation to President Erdogan back in May, after his re-election as Turkish president. But given the current circumstances, he probably wishes he hadn't.